Okay, people. So slash back. You know what I mean? Look, things got a bit slow, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're trying to put stuff out, but you miss things. So yeah, I was a bit late on slash back, but finally was able to take a look. You know, it is the feature feature directorial debut from Nyla Innuksuk. Hmm. Yeah, probably butchered that. She co-wrote the film with Ryan Cavan. It is produced by Alifa Aaron Arakuk Baril, Daniel Beckerman, um, Ethan Laser, Stacey Ajalok McDonald, Alex Ordans, Chris Yurkovich, and Nyla also produces. It's executive produced by Hassan Amarishi um, and Neil Matheson. Line produced by Jennifer Meisch and associate produced by Natalie Novak Rempolkowski. Michael Brook handles the music. Guy Godfrey, cinematography. Simone Smith edits a piece. Zoe, Zoe, Zoyzia Mackenzie is on production design. Art direction is John O'Regan. Set direction is Matthew Carswell. Emma Doyle handles the uh, costume design, right? Um, we've got Matt Watton, Erin Sweeney, Adrian Stansfield, Monica Pavez, Larissa Palusk, Steve Newborn, Sean Hunter, Kayla Dobelius, Yvonne Cox, Alan Cook, and Stephanie Abbat on makeup and effects. And our cast. Well, we have got Maika is played by Tisana Shirley. Uki is played by Nala Juice Ellsworth. Lena is played by Chelsea Prusky. Jess is played by Alexis Wolfe. Aju is played by Frankie Vincent-Wolfe. Framasi is played by Rory Anawak. Officer Peters is played by Paulette Matuk. Elijah Evan Inusk. Scotty is played by Scotty Killabuk. Alusha, played by Nikita Burke. Tanya, Janice Alivituk. The younger Malika is played by Nivak Mike. Iris is played by Iris Swaddlepick. Lucy is played by Lorna Lawson. We got Officer Lethbrev is played by Sean Benson. Tony Conk is played by Christian Brune. Yeah, that's our. I feel that's our main lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. The gist of the film is when Maika and her ragtag friends discover an alien invasion in their tiny Arctic hamlet. It's up to them to save the day. Utilizing their makeshift weapons and horror movie knowledge, the aliens realize you don't mess with girls from Pang. Right? So, we start off, we've got a little girl on a boat with her dad, and he's like, taking her out, and, he sets her up to take a shot because they're hunting. Right? So it's this nice little moment. Then we jump forward 6 years, right? And all changes. All changes when kids get to that certain age, right? And so now she doesn't want to go out with her dad. She's hanging out with her friends. So we have all of that, right? Then we just see, right? We're looking at a lot of different interactions between these girls. Like there's one bit, and this girl is kind of conning out a little girl out of her money, kind of. But the little girl wants to give the money, but she's hoping for things in return, right? Use of the mobile phone to hang out with the older chicks, right? But then the other girls see her, like Makia sees her, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And they chase her down, but it's not like they're gonna beat the girl up. They're just like, "Return the money," and then they're like, "All right, let's hang out." So it's you're watching this thing, and it's kind of like, oh, it's moving in kind of a different way, right? And you're just like, huh. And you notice a flash. There's a bit, and you're like, was that? Did I just see a flash? Right? Which is the spark of this whole kind of thing. And I think it is very interesting because obviously this is like alien invasion and all of that. But I think, a big part of this kind of seemed like the relationship between these girls, between these friends, right? What friendship actually means. And then also that relationship with your family, your community, right? What it means to be a part of something. There's at the beginning, like Makia, she does, what I mean? She's just like, ugh, this Inuit arts everywhere. And like traditional food, I like KFC. I don't want to eat traditional food. And it's just like, ugh, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, why are we doing this stuff? I want to move forward. I want to be, I've seen these other things out there. I want to be part of that. And as it goes on, you see that shift, that change, that realization. Because we kind of see that you look at, because this is the other thing, right? And a lot of these films, it's all very black and white, right? One character's bad, one character's good, or you've got this group of friends and you've got shitty friends, but then there's this good one who's just like so much better, and moralistic than the others. But there is gray areas, like, because Makia, you look at it and you think, okay, she stood up for the girl and blah blah blah, but then her friend's just like, you're a shitty friend, right? And you kind of see that there's what parts where she's just like, look, she'll help people out, but then she's just like, look, you're a baby, and putting people down in public, and it's just like, you know, but you also see the characters realize these things. Understand, yeah, that's probably not my best quality, right? Which is pretty big. And also, this is a group of little girls, you know what I mean? It can often take a while for people to understand that shit about themselves. So this film is moving kind of differently. And as I said, look, you go throughout the film, and it's just this kind of using traditional kind of folklore and things, these stories to be like, oh, this could be a way for us to survive, and oh, we should do this, and oh yeah, that's a weapon from blah blah blah, let's use that. So it's, I feel that seemed to be the big thing, rather than necessarily the horror element. Though it is like the horror, I thought the horror worked, right? And I thought the genius of this is it's these aliens inhabiting people. So, it's a low budget film, right? And trying to get these perfect special effects, that's going to be difficult. But when you're like, these aliens are inhabiting people, right? They're wearing humans as a glove, essentially. So then you're able to have it look a little bit sloppy, right? That it looks a little bit off because, yeah, they haven't worked it out. It doesn't gonna look, like a proper person, right? So that aspect of it was just like, oh, yeah, that really looks like this alien, using this person as a sleeve, right? Which then makes it even kind of creepier because you're just like, oh, that's so fucking off key, right? And then just the way they're moving, the animals as well, right? Because you don't always have animals in these things, right? You don't always see animal zombies or animal vampires or, what I mean, that kind of thing. So that makes it even, you know, more intriguing in that regard. A little bit of this reminded me of I think it was a New Zealand film, right? It's from Sci-Fi London in, I want to say 2019. I feel it's 2019. Alien Abduction. I think that was the name, right? And yeah, different films, but a kind of a similar aesthetic to it. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the interactions. I enjoyed that aspect of this film. Some of the acting is, not quite there, right? But the kids do a great job. Kids do a great job, and especially because you've got all of these different emotions going on, these hormones and everything. But everything also feels like, yeah, that's how the fucking kids that age would be acting, right? Oh, I'm gonna tell on you if you don't. Well, if you do, I'll tell everyone you shit yourself and be like, oh, and the look of like just outrage and just fear. Be like, oh, do not tell anyone. It just all of those things. It worked. It really worked. So I thought this was a really solid feature debut. Real solid feature debut from Nyla. So hey, hats off, and it's a Shudder original. So if you have Shudder, and look, if you're a horror fan, you probably do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think this is probably worth a check, right? So slash back, it's out. It's also nice to get a film with a different cast, right? You look at things like Scream, and it's basically a bunch of white kids running around. It's fine, right? Because I'm just like, look, there's different friend groups and all of that, so not everything has to be this complete mix, because look, we know, depending on where you live, kind of can impact that kind of situation, right? And sometimes you just don't gel with people for whatever reason. But I think it's always nice to see different stories from different groups of people, right? And other people's take on something, right? So this is set in, near the Arctic, right? So we've got Inuit, and that's a different thing. So it is interesting, and it's like, oh, this is a fresh take. This is nice. I like that. So yeah, people, if you like that more kind of intimate tale, then Slashback could very well be for you. All right, it's out now. It's on Shudder. Enjoy.